So when I'm like listening to people's conversations, like for instance, Matt Walsh here just prior, when he says, oh yeah, you'll die alone and unhappy. Well, that's like that statement right there says that your belief is that happiness is a sustainable state. You will not get to the promised land of happiness if you don't get married. You will not get to the state of contentment if you don't live the way that I do. And I fundamentally reject that. Not because what he's saying is a bad idea, not because it's like, oh, it has nothing to do with morality. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of happiness. You want to know why women are prescribed antidepressants at record rates right now is because of a belief in a sustainable state of happiness. We should never be unhappy. And so here, take this pill and you'll never feel unhappy. You'll never be depressed. You'll never have to worry about feelings because we'll just take the feelings away. You'll never have to worry about that. Why is that? Because we fundamentally have this misguided belief that if we're pissed off, if we're sad, if we get depressed, even if it's a clinical state, we want to believe still that there is a sustainable state of happiness, and there simply isn't. And by happiness, I mean contentment. And that is why Matt Walsh fails. And always will fail until you can accept the fact that happiness will not be contentment. Happiness is not, and this is not immoral. This is just the way the fucking machine works. It's just the way our brains work. It's just how we evolved. It's just the fundamental nature of our evolutionary firmware. It is happiness, anxiety, depression, sadness. Name the human emotion, and I will show you the function of that emotion to get you from one state to another state. I'm poor and destitute and I suck, but I really think I could make some money by doing this. If in the process of you doing something that lifts you out of one state and puts you into another, if that process of doing that, you get in the zone and you feel good about it and you get positive reinforcement as a result. Here's the behaviorism, right? You get positive reinforcement as a result of that. And it is intrinsically rewarding. Intrinsic rewarding is happiness. It feels good. I would play music. Clearly, I'll play music because I like to do it. It feels good in the process of learning, the process of playing and doing all this stuff. Now, did I get laid as a musician in my rock star 20s? Absolutely. There was certainly a functional goal in that. It was a means to an end. If I learn how to show off and be a showman, be a clown enough, a dancing monkey, right? I happen to enjoy music. I happen to dig on this. I would like to make some money and tour the world on this, although that's, maybe that's not in the offing. But what is in the offing is the hot chicks in the freaking foam cannon party or the hot girls in Hollywood who want to watch me do it. So end goal, I want to get to that point. But the process of getting that goal was also very enjoyable. And I learned other skills along the way as a result of doing that. So the zone, the flow was getting from point A to point B. Point A being sexless, point B getting laid with swimsuit models at the club, at the Troubadour, Gazzari's, the Central, the Roxy. What else? What other clubs did I play back in the day? The Central was actually probably one of my favorites. I don't even people remember the Central anymore. Anyways, long story short, the process of getting there was enjoyable enough that you stick with it. If it's not, and you suck at something, it's probably because you suck at something and you're not going to get intrinsically rewarded as a result of that. You're not happy in sucking at something. So usually you'll move on to something else. Okay. It's an adaptive, emotions are an adaptive, an evolutionary adaptation to move you from one state to the next.